Video provided by Paper Industry International Hall of Fame, www.paperhall.org, which supports educational programs at the Paper Discovery Center, Appleton, Wisconsin, www.paperdiscoverycenter.org.
Colonel Henry Frambach was one of the most influential persons in establishing the Fox River Valley in Wisconsin as a center for papermaking in the United States. Frambach built and ran a number of paper mills in Wisconsin, was an inventor, and also a civic leader, in addition to being a Civil War veteran. Henry Frambach was born in 1840 near Herkimer, New York. His parents had both emigrated from Germany. Henry's mother died when he was only 6 years old. The family then moved to Racine, Wisconsin, where his father died when Henry was 13. By the age of 20, Frambach led a wagon train to Utah and was operating a river freight boat on the Illinois River by the age of 22. Henry joined his brother John in 1872 in operating the Eagle Mill in Kaukauna, making paper from straw. Henry then moved to Menasha and operated the Menasha Paper and Pulp Company. Frambach returned to Kaukauna in 1880 and resumed operating the Eagle Mill with John. Frambach began experimenting with using wood fiber instead of straw for the raw material of paper. An 1880 article in the Kaukauna Times newspaper said that the manila paper made by the Kaukauna paper mill is a marvel of strength and cheapness. As a papermaker, Mr. Frambach has few equals in the entire country. Frambach developed 7 patents to process wood into fibers suitable for making paper. One of these was for a machine for making paper pulp from wood, which was patented in 1879. Another patent was obtained in 1886 for digesting wood using steam. In 1882, Frambach organized the Union Pulp Company with Mr. Rogers of Appleton and the Van Nortwiches of Batavia, Illinois. Frambach sold his interest to the Van Nortwiches in 1884. Frambach organized the Badger Paper Company with Joseph Vilas of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. One of the many investors was Robert Lincoln, who was the son of Abraham Lincoln. In 1886, Henry Frambach established the Manufacturers Bank in Kaukauna, and in 1888, he organized the First National Bank. He also had an interest in the Kaukauna Times newspaper, and he was elected the first mayor of Kaukauna. Henry's residence in Kaukauna was one of the first mansions and was first to have running hot and cold water, along with 14 marble fireplaces. Frambach acquired the Quinnipiac Falls Pulp Company, located in Niagara, Wisconsin, from his brother John, who had founded it in 1889. The paper mill was expanded and later sold to Kimberly-Clark Corporation. Henry helped organize and was the general manager for the papermaking exhibit at the Columbian Exposition of 1893 in Chicago. Upwards of 27 million people visited the exposition over a 6-month span. The exhibit had a working paper machine over 100 inches wide that ran at 275 feet per minute. Frambach moved to Sheboygan, Michigan in 1902, where he built and ran the Sheboygan paper mills until 1916, when he moved to Los Angeles. Henry Frambach died in 1921. He and his wife are buried in Forest Lawn Cemetery. Colonel Henry Frambach was one of the most influential persons in establishing the Fox River Valley in Wisconsin as a center for papermaking in the United States. He will long be remembered for his contributions to papermaking and his business and civic leadership.